And here's where I make one of my super obvious, this is eventually going to be a clip breaking moments. We don't like cancel culture, do we, Jake?
No, not at all.
Let's talk about everybody's gunning for everybody. Everybody's gunning for particularly the ladies in the WWE women's division and the NXT women's division.
Yeah, it's
What
been...
what what are we doing here? What's going on here? Jade Cargill. I like Jade Cargill. She's good. She's a star. Not super fantastic 5 stars in the Tokyo Dome between the ropes, but she's a star. She's getting better. She's doing good.
Yes, she's improved.
Sounds like I'm taking the piss out of her, but I'm not.
But no,
I actually do like Jade Cargill quite a bit.
Yeah,
but she's got room to grow. Is a nice and hopefully not too sarcastic way of saying it, right?
absolutely.
So she tried to do a black hole slam on somebody over the course of the weekend. I don't know whether it was SmackDown or whether it was at the Night of Champions pay-per-view. I can't remember now. Not the point. Anyways, she tried to do a black hole slam. It didn't come off very well. Somebody else that we have a whole lot of respect for, who's currently off injured and may not even be coming back, Piper Niven.
Yes.
Put up a post, and it could have been phrased better. I'll say that much. But she basically said, this is this, and that's why this happened, and kind of implied that she wasn't great and kind of implied that she was a bit reckless, right?
Yeah.
Now, do you need to go for your coworker in public? I'm going to say no. Do you need to turn around and target Piper Niven, who's dealing with potentially career-threatening, potentially life-threatening injuries, and do all the body shaming, death wish stuff either? No.
Exactly.
I think Piper Niven, speaking from the position of somebody who is currently injured, and that would absolutely, on times 100, it would heighten your concern for the people that you share a business with, but also the people that you know on your roster that you're probably good friends with on some level. You've gotten hurt. The last thing you want to do is tune in to the show and watch somebody else get hurt as well.
Exactly.
Coming from a good place, delivered not very great. I don't want people coming for Jade Cargill because
no, certainly not.
She's gone from like a 3 to a 7, and I think that's good.
And
I don't think
she's improved everywhere on the mic, in the ring, just in general. Here's
the thing. I don't want to say this because it sounds like a knock. Jade Cargill is fantastic at everything but the wrestling, right? And her wrestling is getting better. Absolutely. And the thing about it, the thing that shines an incredible light on it is her star power shines a light on where she's lacking between the ropes. And that's not a bad thing. Look where she came from. You can't really expect her to have very much experience. She was doing 2-minute squash matches. Certain people out there that are problematic called her Rye Black. It's terrible. It's horrible. But like, to say that she's not gotten any better since she came to WWE, since she spent some time in the PC before they actually debuted her, would be a lie. To say that she's the finished article would also be a lie. And the unfortunate thing about that is she's such a star. If you're Triple H or whoever else is doing the writing, of course you're going to put her out.
Yeah, damn straight.
And she's not the wrestler that her star power would imply. And that's got to be a horrible place to be, where this is so high up here and you're just waiting for this part to catch up. So I feel for her, and I think people are way too critical of her. I think her fellow roster members speaking on it from an experience angle is not that.
Okay.
It's not.
I think it was, like you said, explained wrong, but not a deliberate.
I think it was explained right. I think it was explained right with some unneeded accusation behind it.
Absolutely.
Wow. I think the explanation was sound. I think the delivery was bad.
Gotcha.
So I feel for Jade, and I feel for Piper in the sense of like, I just have to keep saying it over and over again as I stumble over my words, but she's injured. The person that's most apt to look at other things and want other people to not get injured is somebody that's currently injured. Or at least I would think that would be like a psychological effect, right?
Seemed like that was supposed to be the intent.
Yeah. And it's one of those nobody wins. I don't want people going for Jade. I don't want people going for either, because I do think people with the actual experience should speak out and should say, like, what's the best example? I mentioned him already once in the pod. Concussion guy, which is a terrible way to refer to anybody. Yes. Career ended because of a concussion. What did he do?
But
he went and learned every fucking thing he could about concussions, and now he's in like this advisory. I don't know what his title is per se.
Yeah,
but he goes around
attempting to help people
on like, specifically within the wrestling industry. Like, you can't wrestle anymore. He's contributing some other kind of way. Like, don't do what I did. Type of idea. And
even Maven has done some of the same, bringing up injuries and things of that nature. So
I have the greatest. I can't remember where I read it, and then somebody said it was the difference between Maven and Ricochet. Maven's a dork that knows he's a dork. Ricochet's a dork that thinks he's really cool.
Yeah. It's so true too.
I don't watch Maven's stuff. I do think he's a little too dorky for my taste, but that's a taste.
See, I've always liked him. And he's got a bit of
like, I'm not saying he's bad. It's just not for me.
No, yeah, he's got a certain bit of that, but like you said again, it's not bad.
But yeah, super, super disappointing all around. I don't think Jade's trying to hurt anybody, and in a roundabout way, I don't think Piper's trying to hurt anybody either. And people are going for them, and I don't think anybody wins, and it's just really sad.
And we just had this with Soul and Liv, where Liv went ahead and was in the wrong position, and Soul.
Oh, it was at a house show, right?
Yeah, and Soul got pretty much ostracized into oblivion for it, and it was just
I don't want to stray too much into hyperbole. I've never seen the mainstream audience land so hard so quickly on somebody as they have for Sol Ruca. And I'm not saying that because she needs my sympathy. She's a big girl. She can stand up for herself and
but it is
stuff. But like, as an observer, and
there is something to be said and seen.
But it's so like, it's so out of nowhere because she just got there. It's not like anybody's like festering weird like neckbeard hatred had any chance to actually develop. It's just like, nah, she's here. She sucks. Like, what?
A lot of it, honest to God, it sounds insane, but I know this firsthand, started with the Liv fandom out of straight jealousy. It sounds insane. I swear to you, that's literally the truth.
I don't know.
Like I said,
I like Liv Morgan as well, and I think she's one of the best things going in that company.
Yeah.
Maybe again, like, not.
I don't know about the best. She's certainly really good, and I feel like her act is getting a bit tired. And Liv had said a while ago that she wants to be heel for the rest of her career. And when she was coming back, we had made the claim like, oh, it seems like WWE kind of wanted her to be a face before she came back and did the thing with Cena and all of that. Just by the way they were handling her.
I think they've realized that she's the kind of heel that can stay heel, and the people that love her are going to love her regardless.
So I think they kind of, that was a bit more of their pivot.
If she got injured and disappeared and came back like smiling Snow White babyface, like, it would be jarring almost.
Yeah, see, I was thinking more like when they had Chyna and Eddie as faces, like they still did the lie, cheat, and steal stuff. They were still shitheads, but they were just fan favorites. Like, that's more what I was thinking. But still, regardless, we got death threats over this from their fan base because Liv said she decided she will always be a heel. And I'm like, Liv doesn't get to decide things. Like, I'm like, it's not 1999 and she's not Stone Cold. Like, it doesn't work like that anymore. People don't go into the boss's office and say, this is what I'm doing. And they were adamant.
Work for me, brother.
We were talking on Weekly about a report about how Liv was filming for season 3 of Unreal and all of that, and more death threats. And I was like, you've got to be kidding. Like, people just, our inbox is full, going nuts. And I was like, this is a joke.
You know what the funny thing is, right? Do you know what the funny thing is, though, right? And I hate to, like, nobody should get it. And you guys shouldn't get it because you guys aren't doing anything that fucking deserves that. But it does double back to, like, we're just fans. We're just
Yes.
idiots on the internet talking
Exactly.
about it.
It's an opinion. It's not fact.
No, but here's the double down, right? So if we're just idiots on the internet talking about it, and that's what we get, it
Imagine
really makes
what
you
they
think
do.
like
Yeah.
what they're getting exactly. And it's
Oh yeah, the harassment is truly next level. We know that for a fact. But the thing that
look at what happened with Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville
yeah.
back in
Oh
the day
yeah.
with the buddy trying to get into the
Scary.
place. And even like what kills me is like, you know, you talked about the Liv thing earlier with like the stalker and all that kind of thing. The guy that was like camped out outside the performance center for the NXT ladies for like a long time.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, we hear a story and all that's terrible, all that's terrible. And then when the story went around about Liv not that long ago, like the reaction was almost opposite. The reaction was like, oh, she can handle herself. Like,
Yes.
what the fuck?
And it's like, what do you
Didn't have to.
No.
Like,
but I also feel like the fan base does that a lot to alienate people because things will happen. And like because what happened? The very next night after Soul basically was making her debut, she went after Liv on an episode of Raw. And that was enough to attack her for real. And then the whole accident thing happened and forget it. It turned into this nightmare scenario that Liv just stoked the flames on. And that was what was most upsetting to me. That she was so easily willing to be like, hey, you know, I am that bitch kind of idea, and don't worry about, you know, stopping the hate. Yeah, I know it's not always their responsibility, but when you see it's your fans going after someone and it's your coworker.
What was it? It was when Liv and Rhea were feuding. Didn't one of them like completely break character and be like,
Rhea did for Liv, but Liv can't do it for anyone else.
Reel it in a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, Rhea went on and was like, guys, it's clearly story. We're playing it up. Like, you need to calm down. And that couldn't be reciprocated by Liv ever. So people are down on her for that. And I can't blame them. It's been ridiculous, you know, and
but at the same time, she shouldn't have to. Like,
no, you don't have to control your fans, but when you're inciting them, it's different.
No,
she's actively going and making them. She treats them like an army that she can just unleash onto the fandom, and I've witnessed it.
Well,
firsthand.
you know, especially in the YouTube community, as soon as you refer to anybody as an army, it's lame.
Yeah. But that's what happened. She goes on to whatever.
Sorry, I had to.
I know, but you get it. And whatever site happens, you know, it's like, forget it. She goes in and she's like, yeah, let's have everybody follow me and we'll get this person now. You know, basically is what it turns into. The underlings get mad and report to the boss. So it's just weird. Like, you figure you'd be that busy, but yet she's so tapped into social media, and I don't know how. Like,
remember when all the Alexa Bliss fans...
everything.
Remember all the Alexa Bliss fans going after Catfucker from New York?
Yes. JD for that comment. That was hilarious.
I'm going to get a cease and desist. It's fine. Don't worry about it. You know what's not fine, though? Even if we see the stupidest thing in the world online, if we saw something stupid online, if we saw something stupid on, say, Twitter, and then you found out that it was posted by a 13-year-old,
yeah,
you're not going to double down on a 13-year-old, am I right?
No.
What you do is you wait like 7 or 8 or 10 years until she achieves her dream of being a champion in WWE, and then you bring up the tweet from when she was fucking 13, right? Speaking on Kendall Gray had a fucking phenomenal match. I would say right up there in contention for best match of the weekend on a weekend that had 4 pay-per-views.
It was so good. It made me really enjoy Lola Vice. That's how you know how good it was.
I was going to say, you beat me to it. I was about to say it was so good it made Jake enjoy Lola Vice. But the match was fantastic. And within 24 hours, the scavengers of the internet went back to... I'm sorry, and it's pathetic, but it's also borderline creepy when you're looking up like kids' tweets. And because she used the F slur.
I know. Evil.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. A 13-year-old did it. Oh. Yep. Wow. You know what's the funny part? 13-year-old just murdered somebody and is getting 2 years probation. But you're worried about, like, they obviously always treat kids different than anyone else for a reason, because their brains aren't fully developed.
Maybe that's why you don't make other alterations, but that's another story for another day. What?
That too. That coincides with my point. But yeah, that's the thing here. Come on.
It's, and I'm not using predatory in the sense that we would normally be using the term predatory. But like if you have that in your back pocket, that means you've had it for a while. You waited until they hit the epicenter of like whatever they were trying to achieve, and like you had it on a time drop. Like you're just a disgusting human being. First of all,
you built up an entire
you're either following children online, which is sus, or you're going after people you don't like and searching out what they were like when they were children, which is also sus.
Yeah, there is no good look here.
And
neither
also
piece of it
like,
looks good.
It's also just like, okay, I want to get a dig on WWE and blah, 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 and I lean incredibly left. What can I do to spike cancel culture today? Okay, we'll go for homophobia, which nobody here agrees with homophobia.
No,
despite all the jokes and the sarcasm and blah blah blah, and blue sky hangman is a thing, but like nobody actually supports that, and nobody believes that should be a thing.
No,
and it's
no one's
like,
actually.
But you can trace it all the way back to, oh well, that they're incredibly right leaning because Triple H works at the White House. Really, it's Triple H going out there on behalf of the White House trying to convince kids to exercise, and the left are really,
heaven
really
forbid.
sad.
How dare you?
The left are really, really sad because if the kids start exercising, they're harder to kidnap, moving swiftly on. But it's just like, it's pathetic, man. Like, there's no deep dive. There's no like hardcore analysis that we can do on this.
No.
It's just fucking pathetic.
It's just targeted harassment and hate. And that's all it is. And it's on an insincere level where you're feigning victimhood to appear offended when really it's got nothing to do with anything
or they're
you truly care about.
They're trying to be offended on behalf of a group.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, they're offended.
Like, what the fuck are you doing?
And it's got to be, like, oh, we're offended now because you've gone ahead and said such a thing. But even though it never mattered to me until this very moment, because that's when she won the title. So that's the time to call her out. How dare NXT employ her as a champion? Terrible, and that's what they're going for. When if they actually cared, as soon as they found the tweet, you're not telling me they found the tweet then and there. Like you said, these things are calculated and planned and manipulated.
Here's the thing, like, the fact that you wait until somebody's highest moment to try and pull them down off their high horse is one thing, but the fact that you're like, because I'm assuming this isn't somebody that knows her, right?
Oh, of course.
You're still, no matter when you found it, you're still like digging into the childhood of a total stranger, which is crazy and cringy no matter how you spin it.
Exactly. No matter what you're doing there, you come across as a terrible person.
Yes. Absolutely.
It's just disgusting and so disingenuous, and there really are so many issues out there today that we can be upset over that this is like...
Oh, but those are the ones that get brushed over.
Yeah, those are the ones that don't matter.
Like, I'll go back to it one more time. You can stab somebody in the heart if you make up a good story about being bullied afterwards. It's fine. Don't worry about it. But if you wrote something really nasty, if you write something really nasty on Twitter 10 years ago, that's the hate crime.
That's the problem.
Fucking what are we doing? Anyways, to bring to a nice little close, this has been this week's episode of Cancel Corner.
Dun, 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 dun.